Thank you, Representative Kane. I now recognize Representative Schneider for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Mr. LoGerfo. Let me just start by thanking you for your service. How long have you been with the State Department?
25 years, sir.
So it's a long time, and I'm just looking at the long list of awards you've received, and you and so many others who have committed their careers to protecting our country, advancing our interests, and keeping Americans safe around the world. We all owe a great debt to you and everyone else who has worked in that department. In the last 25 years, which is really the 21st century, we're a quarter of the way through, the threat risk, getting worse, getting better, staying the same? How would you overall rate it?
Congressman, thank you for your kind words. And with respect to the threats today, I would say just different. The threats that we faced on September 11th, 2001, obviously a day that changed the course of American and world history. The threats that we're looking at today, there is still, of course, the global jihadi network, but there's other threats. There's a rise of anti-Semitism, for example. There's also, just in the way that attacks are carried out, if you look at what happened in New Orleans, it's not as if always there's a command and control element to someone who's carried out an attack, but there's inspiration. That inspiration often comes from the internet, often comes from some kind of a chat room, and understanding that, while we also are, of course, mindful of freedom of speech and freedom of expression and not losing our values there, right, making sure we can get at that is really the crux
and I
of
apologize, I'm going to retake my time just because we have so much to talk about, but I think you're right. It was a dangerous world when you started. It's a dangerous world today. The threats are constantly changing. The Bureau of Counterterrorism exists because we learned the hard way what happens when we leave coordination to chance. We created the structure to ensure that someone, somewhere, had the clear mandate to prevent the next attack before it happens. The mission is not theoretical, it's very real. It's not regional, it's global, and it's not optional. It is essential. I find it alarming and frankly revealing that the Trump administration is moving with such speed to dismantle the Bureau's independence, gut its capacity, and fold its responsibilities into regional desks that are already overstretched. In the name of reform and modernization, the administration is dismantling capabilities and shirking responsibilities. There's no real vision, no real strategy, and as I see it, there is no real plan for success. Your Bureau provides the connective tissues across our national security agencies, between the State Department, the IC, DHS, Treasury, and our partners around the world. When a terrorist plot emerges in West Africa, but the funding traces back to the Gulf or Central Asia, and the online radicalization was happening in Europe, who and how do we connect those dots? Who and how do we coordinate the U.S. response across the region's tools and timelines? A big part of that is INR, but the Bureau, your Bureau, also has a central role to play. I want to say this as bluntly as I can. This administration is not behaving like it takes the threat of terrorism seriously. Dismantling our counterterrorism architecture during a moment of resurgent radicalization and clear threats to the homeland around the world, and as you noted, including at home, is an act of strategic negligence. Mr. LoGerfo, I don't doubt your commitment. I am grateful for your service. But leadership in a moment like this requires more than presence. It requires pushback. It requires telling the truth up the chain, even when it's inconvenient. So I want to hear not just how you'll implement whatever structure you're given. I want to hear whether you believe that structure serves the mission and whether you're willing to fight for it. We cannot let institutional memory be erased. We cannot allow the strategic capacity of the United States government to be hollowed out behind closed doors when we pretend everything is just proceeding like normal. So, Mr. LoGerfo, I threw a lot at you, but I would love to hear your thoughts and response.
Thank you, Congressman. I am fully confident that the restructure, we went from a height of 14 offices in the Bureau of Counterterrorism. We've restructured to make things move more quickly, to move at the speed of relevance, and also, again, as a matter of tactical response, we are going to be in a position working alongside our regional bureaus, absolutely, and working within the T family, the Undersecretariat for Security Policy, to respond quickly and also to fulfill our coordinating role as provided in statute within the interagency, with our diplomatic partners, to keep America safe and secure.
I'm out of time, but I will follow up with written questions because I want to understand examples, specific examples, how we've strengthened capacities rather than reduced or eliminated capacities and capabilities. Mr. Sherman talked about a perfect example, losing the ability to communicate in country where the message is all going to be from bad regimes like Iran. We've lost our voice and ability to counter as they develop young people who are going to be the terrorists of tomorrow. We need to be working and fighting hard every single day to develop those who are going to be the leaders of tomorrow that bring countries like Iran into the family of nations and create a more peaceful and prosperous future for us all. I yield back.